Hello everyone, Soberoni of G&A Reviews here, bringing you another event guide. This time we're going to be taking a look at the currently running event in Fate Grand Order NA, Gilfest Battle in New York. Just like with all my event guides, this is going to be a very in-depth dive into the event, covering everything from the new craft essences to the best farming strategies. So to help you along, I've included timestamps in the description down below, so you can jump ahead to whichever part of the video you need the most. Now, despite this event's reputation for being very difficult, this event is going to be open to everyone who's completed Fuyuki, which means that even newer players can participate in it. However, one aspect of this event that I won't be covering in this video is going to be the exhibition quest or the challenge quest. Those are going to be covered extensively in a separate video later on in this week, so be on the lookout for that. But with that said, if you're ready to get into the nitty-gritty of this event, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and ring my bell so that you can catch all these videos as they go up and you can help out the channel. But for now, let's take a look at the event banner. Unfortunately, there aren't going to be any new servants or welfare servants that are coming with this event. However, the featured banner for this event is quite good. It's going to feature rate-ups for Gilgamesh, Gorgon, and Jaguar Man, all of whom are either limited or story locked, which means that there is incredible value to this banner. Gil is of course one of the best archers and best offensive servants overall in the game in general, while both Gorgon and Jaguar Man are very good buster servants, so if you're in the market for firepower, you should consider rolling this banner. While this event may not feature any new servants, it does feature a plethora of new command codes and craft essences. Starting off with the gacha craft essences first, we have the 3-star from Uruk. This craft essence increases the NP gauge by 1% every turn and increases NP gain by 5%. It also increases fry drops by 1 or 2 if you max limit break it. Outside of this event, this can be a decent budget NP battery for NP spam servants like Hans, Media, and Asclepius. The 4-star gacha CE for this event is Fly Off. It increases quick card effectiveness by 8% and NP damage and crit damage by 10%. It'll also increase hot dog drops by 1 or 2 if you max limit break it, and this is decent for quick crit servants like Ushi, Ku Prototype, and Okita. And finally, we have the 5-star Round and Round. This craft essence increases buster card effectiveness by 10%, buster crit damage by 15%, and grants 40% starting NP charge. It also increases burger drops by 1 or 2 if you max limit break it. And this is ideal for any kind of buster crit servant like Gil, Santa Quetzalcoatl, and Summer Ibaraki. Moving on, we have the 5-star event CEs, which are going to be available in the event shop, as well as the lotto boxes. Starting off with the event shop CE first, we have the 5-star Scenic Beauty. This CE increases arts and buster card effectiveness by 8% and grants 15 crit stars. It also increases ticket drops by 1 or 2 if you max limit break it, and this is a decent CE for any kind of arts and buster crit servants like Emiya, Kagetora, or Saber Hokusai. The lotto box craft essence is going to be the 5-star Jewel Bride, which grants the servant a one-time guts, reviving them with 1 HP, and also decreases damage taken by 300. For this event, it's also going to have the effect of increasing attack damage by 100% on the equipped servant, or 200% if you max limit break it. Outside of the event though, this is a very niche craft essence that's mostly useful for servants who need guts, and berserkers like Hijikata, Anon Mary, or Lu Bu. Moving on to the command codes, we have the 3-star Faithful Sheep. This command code removes 1 ailment debuff when using the card to attack, and also recovers 100 HP. This can be a useful CE on any servant who lacks debuff removal, like Caesar, Gil, or Nero Bride. Following that, we have the 4-star Law of Creation, which removes 1 defensive up buff from an enemy when attacking, and increases crit damage by 10%, and of course this is useful on crit servants like Kagetora, Saber Hokusai, and Luvia. And finally, we have the 5-star command code Chain of Heaven, which increases damage against divine enemies by 20%, and this is best used on anti-divine servants like Nobunaga, Napoleon, and Karna. As with all events, this event is also going to feature a shop, and there's going to be 4 different currencies: fries, hot dogs, burgers, and diamonds. Fries can be traded in for 1 copy of the Scenic Beauty craft essence, as well as lanterns, steaks, evil bones, and 4-star and 3-star foes. Hot dogs can be traded in for yet another copy of Scenic Beauty, as well as Archer, Rider, and Assassin pieces, Spirit Roots, Night Metals, Yggdrasil Seeds, and 4-star foes. The burgers trade in for 2 copies of Scenic Beauty, as well as Archer, Rider, and Assassin monuments, Scarabs, Reactor Cores, Bicorn Horns, and 4-star foes. And finally, Additionally, the diamonds can be traded in for 1 copy of each command code, as well as eggs, code openers, and code removers. If you plan on buying out everything in the shop, you're going to need 2,500 fries, 2,750 hot dogs, 3,100 burgers, and 52 or 76 diamonds. I should also mention that there's only going to be 4 copies of Scenic Beauty in the event shop, which means if you plan on max limit breaking it, you're going to need to get lucky with a 5th copy that drops from a free quest. This is going to be a lottery event, which means that the entire event is going to revolve around a lotto mechanic where players can spin a roulette to win prizes. And if you're new and you're not familiar with how lotto events work, basically you're going to be farming tickets throughout the event, which can be used to roll lotto boxes for all kinds of goodies. These lotto tickets will drop from all free quests, so you're going to be farming them constantly by just participating in the event. The amount of times that you can roll the lotto boxes is infinite. You can spend as many tickets as you want, which also means that you can get an infinite amount of prizes. That makes lotto events the absolute best place to spend your AP. These lotto events have by far the best return on investment of any event in the game, so feel free to spend as many golden apples as you want farming for those tickets. As for what prizes the lotto boxes have this year, each box are going to give you skill gems for every class, apples, mana prisms, snake jewels, heroes proof, horseshoes, chains, friend points, experience, and QP. In addition, each lotto box is also going to give you 4 gems, which can be traded into the shop for various items as well. As I mentioned, you can reset the rewards in a lotto box infinitely, but only after you've won the grand prize of each box or if you've cleared all of the content. The grand prizes for boxes 1 through 5 are the Jewel Bride Event CE, box 6 has a Crystal Lore, and boxes 7 through 10 have 4-star foes as grand prizes. After box 10, there are going to be no more grand prizes, which means that you'll need to clear the box entirely before you're able to reset it again. But even if you do hit the grand prize early, I don't ever recommend resetting a box before getting all of the items in it, because you'll be wasting experience, QP, and ascension materials. Each roll is only going to cost 2 lotto tickets, and clearing a box only costs 600, so it isn't that hard to clear, and you can easily clear multiple boxes in a day, so there's no need to rush through it for grand prizes. The story for Gilfest is extremely short with very few battles, so there isn't much to say other than that it's worth doing for the grail at the end. However, one thing worth noting about the story missions is that the dialogue options do matter. Picking certain dialogue choices will determine the difficulty of the fights. You can also go back and complete the main story quest for last year's Gilfest, which will reward you with an additional grail or a lore if you already got a grail last year. Rather than the story, the bulk of the event is going to be composed of tournament quests. The tournament is going to be split into 3 rounds: preliminaries, the main battles, and then the finals, with each round lasting about 5 days. Each round is also going to have 5 different free quests in it of varying difficulties that are going to be available for you for farming currency. And speaking of farming, let's talk farming strats. Just like with every event, your main goal for this one is going to be farming for different currencies at the various free quests. The best way to maximize your farming efficiency is going to be with event craft essences. The 3-star gacha craft essence is going to increase the fry drops by 1, while the 4-star gacha CE increases the hot dog drops by 1, and the 5-star gacha CE increases the hamburger drops by 1. The event shop CE Scenic Beauty is going to be the one that you need to increase the ticket drops, while the lotto box CE Jewel Bride can give a massive 100% damage buff to the equipped servant. Your first priority for this event should be to acquire the 3-star event CE from the friend point gacha if you're able to. Then you can begin farming for fries, burgers, and hot dogs. Farm until you're able to purchase all copies of the Scenic Beauty Craft Essence from the shop, and then equip all of them ASAP, so that you can start farming for lotto tickets. Lotto ticket farming is far more important than farming for the shop currencies, so I would recommend just farming enough of the currencies to buy what you need most from the shop, but always have Scenic Beauty equipped so that you can get the most lotto ticket drops possible. Once you have all the shop items that you want, then you can start farming lotto tickets exclusively. As for where you should be farming for each item, that's easy, because while the free quest will change with every round, the general farming strategy doesn't. Fries are always going to drop the most at the club free quest, hot dogs are always going to be best farmed at the gym, burgers are going to be best farmed at the arena, and tickets are always going to be best farmed at the garden free quest. This holds true for every round of the tournament. Depending on the round, however, you can also farm for some very specific Ascension materials, so make your plans for what you want to farm accordingly. For example, the gym quest during round 2 of the event will drop bullets as well as hot dogs, which coincidentally is the most American thing I've ever said. So if you're in need for bullets, it may be best to wait for round 2 of the event to farm for hot dogs. Now, farming for lotto boxes can get very difficult and very complex. So if you'd like to know more about the best team comps for farming effectively, or if you want more specific info on farming strategies, then I highly recommend the Gilfest farming spreadsheet that Saber of Avalon and X0 created, which will be linked in the description down below. It goes into excruciating detail on damage numbers, 3-turn farming comps, AP efficiency, and all of that stuff. They did an unbelievable job of compiling all that information, so rather than just regurgitate it here, I encourage all of you to check out their guide and support them. I'll even have the link pinned in the comment section. And that about covers it for Gilfest. As I said, this is the absolute best time to use your apples, so don't be afraid to go wild with farming for lotto tickets. Purchase that Shop CE ASAP so that you can make farming even easier. I will have the challenge quest guide for the new exhibition matches coming out later this week, so stay tuned for that. However, I do have a video for the old exhibition matches, which will be coming back with this event, so be sure to check that out. And if this video helped you, please do hit that like button and subscribe. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below. You can also come chill with us and the rest of our community over on Discord and Twitter, both linked in the description. And until next time, this is Soberoni, signing out. Later.